2, 1.
Hey y'all, and welcome to Crown Television. I'm your host, Terry J, and tonight we're going to be discussing Joseline's Cabaret. I'm going to run through episode 4 really quick, and then we're going to discuss episode 5. This is season 3, Las Vegas.
Welcome to Vegas, baby. I want you to come and pay me. Give me the money, give me diamonds, give me rubies, baby. Take me on that trip. I wanna go shopping. Get on your knees and beg me, please, to let you rubies, baby. I wanna ride a trip. I wanna go shopping. I wanna ride and beg me, please, to let you eat me. I wanna ride. 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 Some hoes in the house, some hoes in the house, some hoes in the house, some hoes in.
So, the last time we saw each other, I had just dropped the review for Joseline's Cabaret, season 3, episodes 1 through 3. Tonight is Valentine's night. See, I got some scenery going on here. I got my red and my black on, even though that's the color I have on all throughout the year. Today was a great excuse to even put it on even more. Most of the time, YouTube does not like language in the beginning of the video. So I'm just small talking a little bit because once I start reviewing the videos, they were so crazy to me. I'm a cuss. I know me. Anyway, tonight, me and my husband went out to go do 2 events, child. And by the time I had some ribs and some mac and cheese, I knew I couldn't make it to the other event. So we called in the night early, and I came here to show up for you beautiful people. Hello. What y'all do tonight for Valentine's night? By the time you watch this, it might not be Valentine's no more. But anyway, you get what I was trying to do here. Okay, so enough of that. Joseline's Cabaret, like I said, this is season 3, Las Vegas. And we did episodes 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna run through episode 4 really quick because I don't have time. That episode really ticked me off a little bit. It just wasn't much to it. Like I said, some of these episodes you got to put 2 into 1 because it's just hoes screaming most of the episode and can't. Episode 4, Jaya's coming in at the end of episode 3, beginning of episode 4, and she was remember, she was exiled from the house for blasphemy against Miss Joseline. Off with her head. Anyway, so she's coming back now to plead her case and to see if she can still be in the cabaret. It seems like none of the girls don't want to hear her bullshit. They're calling her a witch. They're saying they don't deal with all the spell binding and shit she's doing. Only 2 that really don't seem to have a problem with her are Amber and Chanel. So Gaia shows off her dancing, and Miss Wet Wet, this girl tickles me so bad. She said she called her Wolverine pussy because it was a bush between the legs. It was a bush under the armpit. It was just bushes everywhere. And I just, it just looked very odd, that this would be on TV. And so, and everybody's had this debate on the chats and everything. Hair, no hair. Oh, it's whatever the man prefer. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Oh, you don't shame her for that. My thing is one thing and one thing only: hygiene. Hair traps odor and sweat. And it stays cleaner and less sweaty and can absorb less odor with the hair. So I just thought that would be like the most sanitary thing, but maybe it's a touch subject. I'm gonna move to another one. Anyway, so Joseline lets the ladies know that not only Gaia is gonna be dancing, all of them are going to be dancing to solidify a spot in the grand opening of the cabaret. Okay, so the rest of that show is just filler, not much. It shows the girls at the house practicing for the routine for the cabaret, and which is so disheartening because last season we saw them learning choreography and trying to put work together to learn one routine in unison. And it seemed a little bit more organized. So maybe Joseline met this bunch and said, girl, ain't no need. Let's just dance. Forget dance. They're dancing because everybody wants to earn their spot in the top 4 to do the grand opening with Joseline. So they head out to the Players Club, child, for the competition, and K Capri volunteers to go first. And she picks Raven and Diamond minus Lisa Ray to dance with her. They are all mediocre. No one stood out. Joseline basically tells them that they wasted her time. I was more perplexed looking at K Capri's boobs, the way they were A cups, but they still managed to sag. It just gave very much dog titty vibe. It was just, I just, and her outfit wasn't there either. I just was like, why did she think so hard that she was like gonna be picked? Like, anyway, she didn't like any of that first crowd. The next crowd goes, which is Hennessy, Chanel, and Jordan, and Wet Wet. And Wet Wet climbs on stage, honey, with her first sparkly Sunday school purse. And Joseline said, get that shit out of here. You're not about to be picking up no ones. I told y'all this is a Players Club minus the dollar bill. Speaking of dollars, did anyone hear Joseline tell these ladies that somebody was winning $10,000 this season? I don't remember. Comment in the comments, for real now, y'all, this time. Comment and tell me which scene or which episode that Joseline told these ladies that $10,000 was up for grabs for this season. Because I missed that. I don't recall her saying that that was the deal this time. Chanel was the best one out of that group to me. And Joseline says that Wet Wet should have used the money that she got her breast implants with to get her teeth fixed. Next was Lexi Blow, Amber, Riri, and Lollipop. Of course, Lexi Blow kills it. Amber looks like she was hunching. I don't know what she was doing, but she looked very off. Her wig was coming up in the front, and I can see why now. She was just, I don't know what she was doing, but it was weird. So Joseline picks Jordan, Lexi Blow, Riri, Lollipop, and Amber as a 5th. So those are going to be the 4 girls who are going to be opening in Joseline's premiere. Jordan, Lexi Blow, Riri, Lollipop, and Amber. Lastly, Girl Interrupted shows up dressed all in white, and she does her routine. But Joseline tells her, just go sit in the back. Like, just, okay, great, go. Joseline prepares to make a toast for the winning ladies, but before she can get to it, K Capri starts being a sore loser and gets upset at Miss Wet Wet because Miss Wet Wet is congratulating the girls that won, but she's doing it in her own annoying way. Yes, 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 Miss Wet Wet, yes. Never dry, always wet, never thirsty, yes. And she's doing all of that, and that's what's pissing K Capri off. And the more Wet Wet sees K Capri getting pissed off, the more she's just doing it, yes. And so K Capri finally is over it, and she tosses water at Wet Wet. And she's like, you thirsty? You thirsty? But does she need water if she's wet? Laugh, assholes. That was episode 4. Like I said, not much there. I didn't even take time to review that one little episode for last week. Episode 5 starts off with the fight that has ensued, and wigs are flying, water's flying, Wet Wet is fighting K Capri big ass, and hanging in there with her too, I might add. It'd be them little ones. No Lisa Ray and her little cousin Ebony try to run up on Wet Wet, and Wet Wet drops both them bitches. Boop boop. All right. Then Diamond says she tried to run up because nobody knows why. It's just giving I need a moment. But Diamond says she tried to run up because the water hit her face. But then if that's the case, then K Capri threw the water, so it's not making sense. KP and a very Wet Wet are tossing things at each other. Wet Wet picks up a can of Red Bull and tosses it, and it hits K Capri in the eye and cuts her eye. And I can't believe, I know this young man, K Capri, did not see this coming when she decided to be a bully. Like, he probably thought that Wet Wet was going to be an easy feat, but Wet Wet is sticking it to this young man tonight. So, they're all across the counter throwing things at each other. And finally, K Capri does get back there again. Wet Wet gives it back to her again, and you could tell who keeps winning and who keeps losing, because K Capri is on the ground, screaming, and Miss Wet Wet is on the counter, shaking her little flappy booty. And I promise, when she's shaking it, I just hear like her little flappy butt cheeks are just flapping together. It's so funny. By the time Ballistic comes out, you know, because he can't be around the ladies too much this season, not with the allegations from last season, you know. But it's okay. Joseline already tried to get in front of it this season. That's why this young man is up here anyway. K Capri is saying that I'm going to put my dick so far down your throat you're going to choke and die. I'm gonna put my dick, and she just kept repeating it as if she really thought that she was doing a read. But I think she was reading herself, because we keep saying you're a young man and you keep getting mad at us, but then you just said you had a D. So here's the thing, K Capri, I like her, but what I don't like is bullies. So whenever there is an episode where somebody's being a bully, they're going to get all this blog smoke. You know, because I'm not a fighter unless I have to. I'm a worder. You can get all these words. So just a bunch of arguments everywhere. KP still screaming. So I guess her screaming and getting beat up continually pissed Raven off. Because Raven runs to the back to try to run up on Wet Wet. And in the words of Miss Wet Wet, let's see, make sure I read it correctly. This hoe tried to run up and fucked around and got done up. Yeah, that's what happened. Diamond, I thought you said you was gonna watch out for your baby cousin. Get off the floor. So I just had so much fun this episode laughing at Miss Wet Wet. She gave me my whole... It was just me laughing, like I say. She steady having a ball, grinning and dancing, while the three hoes she just beat up over there crying to Joseline. Speaking of beat up, we done found out Diamond, no Lisa Ray, done got a broke arm. We know the young man got a scar under his eye. And we know Raven hit the ground running. So they mad. And Joseline asked Diamond, and said, how you break your arm? And Joseline wasn't thrilled about that. She said, now you done went and got yourself goddamn handicapped, bitch. I didn't say no handicapped people could dance in the cabaret. So Joseline tells her to go to the hospital. And it kind of feels like production is trying to take things down a notch now, because really people getting cut up, bones being broken. It's time to calm down. So Joseline tells Miss Wet Wet no more fighting. And then Joseline excuses herself to the bathroom. And in the dressing room, Winona Ryder is hiding underneath the goddamn desk, talking about she is hiding because of all the fighting. And Miss Wet Wet kindly told her, I don't understand what you're saying. And Miss Wet Wet said, well, you know, if all that fighting bothers you, then you ain't built for no cabaret. You might as well tell them to find when the next flight to your home is coming, because this ain't for you. So, Wet Wet is funny. This ain't for ya. Crazy lady crawls from underneath the desk, like the Ring or some shit. And she's trying to cast a demon out of, or pray, or do whatever for Miss Wet Wet. And Miss Wet Wet said, no, don't do that for me. You go out there and you take care of them injured hoes. I won the fight. I don't need the prayer. Go talk to them bitches that's bleeding and all. Gaia is steady coming on her. And it gets a little physical now. Gaia tries to grab her, or does grab her, and slams her to the ground. Wet Wet did not like that. By the time you know it, Wet Wet is going crazy trying to get at Gaia, and Joseline comes back from the bathroom and lets us know that she was doing her 1-2, and that she can't even leave to go to the bathroom and do her little thing without some fighting going on. And I guess we just never need to speculate about this again. It's like, goddamn, Joseline, you just took all the fun out of it. Thanks. Joseline hears two different stories, and she makes Gaia and Wet Wet square up. Now, Gaia, and even Joseline has to give it to Miss Wet Wet. This lady done fought 4.5 times within 10 minutes. She said, I cannot believe she still wanted to fight. But, okay. So, mad respect to Miss Wet Wet. Like, she was not having it for none of these hoes. Of course, her and Gaia square up. She beats Gaia to a pulp, too. Like, this little lady is not... I don't know, Joseline, you ain't gave her the 1 or the 2, have you? Because she fucking... I don't know. It's unreal. Jolly Green Giant still can't believe it. He done went back there and put his green on. Anyway. So, that was pretty much the episode. The next episode, they showed clips. Look like the ladies are calling to check on Wet Wet because she got sent to a hotel that night. And it looks like Gaia took Miss Wet Wet advice and went ahead and booked that flight on home. So she's gone for good, which is great because I couldn't take the blasphemy no more. And it looks like Joseline decides to throw the ladies a pool party. Like I said, this episode was so funny because Miss Wet Wet was just making me laugh, scene after scene after scene. When she called KP Nelly with that bandage under her eye, I fell out. Speaking of Nelly, I've been watching K Capri lives all week. Seems like she's upset with Zeus and y'all calling her a young man and all that stuff, and Jolly Green Giant, and she got a problem with all y'all. So that's happening. A lot more is happening behind the scene. We'll come back and we'll talk about it later. But I didn't want the video to be too long. I wanted to come here and drop episodes 4 and 5 before 6 came out. Hopefully it gets better than this. I want to see some more dancing. Other than Miss Wet Wet slapping ass, I want to see like some real cabaret stuff. Because right now, I don't believe it's a cabaret. And number 2, I don't believe Gaia real. I believe she was playing it because who the fuck is this crazy? Alright, comments down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. Click like on the video. Comment on the video. Leave us some ideas. And all that good stuff. Hope y'all enjoyed everything. This is we're all about our crowns and never about some clowns. Until next time, peace out, guys.
Your body is calling me, your eyes is undressing me. You know that you want it bad, you know that I want it.